When this interview chat, them I say, but that boy smart, but I like the answers. What I say? See me, he was so intellectual. Hey, I'm Marle, and welcome to Saint Kitts. So right now, we just came from booking the Dolphin Discovery because we're gonna be back here for like 3 o'clock to begin the excursion, because I've been trying to do this for like the past 2 weeks. But my driver, I already had this booked today, but my driver who'll be doing the tours, he traveling today. So like I gotta be here to do it. So I don't want to miss out on the excursion, but I gotta handle business first, which is the tour. So luckily for us, they got availability for 3 o'clock, which should be after the time my tour finishes. So, you know, everything should work out. And then I also got to do an interview right after, because I got this friend and she got this entrepreneurship project, and they got to want to do like an interview. So, you know, I mean, I just got a kind of busy day, but we gonna pull it off, because that's what we do, you know. So let's roll. Bye-bye. Man, I'm trying to get back up on my healthy stuff, man, you know, because I started off good about 2 weeks, but then I got tired of eating the same thing all the time. Well, then I was like, you know, that's where willpower and determination comes in, you know. So I'm back on it again, because, you know, summer right around the corner. I'm trying to flex. Baba! Go see! This tour again is 100 years tour, everybody I get it for free. You hear? Okay. So. Yeah, my leg, what's going on? Yeah. Oh, so he gonna what he gonna do? He gonna bring the drinks them now? Okay. Alright, cool. Alright, yeah. Brup. Alright, so the key ain't even in here, so I can't even move it to get it closer. So what I'm gonna do, it just head on over. You see, I work hard for my money. Listen, you know, yesterday, I'm gonna give you some real stuff, right?
Okay, good.
Taj, yeah, Jetson, right? If you see this video, like ever since I'm coming up from high school, I always rate you, like, you was the only man I ever watched, like, and some, you know, some hustling vibe. Same thing in college. You was the only man I could have said, bye, this man is the man, like, yeah, you're doing it. Taj messaged me yesterday and tell me, bye, Marle, but you motivate me, you was my inspiration, and that's a man that I rate. You check? And you know that show me? For Taj to tell me so. I know you rate Taj. And Taj thing, you know? Taj thing different from a lot of man thing. People out there like to see what we're doing. People feel it. Yeah! And this will be the better cool up. Again, okay. Hey, hello, good day. Yeah, where? Don't put Zante? For what? Island tour? rest of the book was dual tour of St. Kitts and Nevis. Let me talk to her real fast. Okay. Hey, okay. So I'm actually going on tour right now, right? For an island tour of just St. Kitts. No, you could come on the island tour with us here in St. Kitts and we'd reimburse you for the part of Nevis. Or we could just cancel it and you get your full refund. But what I can tell you is I'm pretty certain that you'll have the best tour if you came on this bus with me today. So the choice is all up to you, whichever you want to do. Boss, I'll come in. Let me come over to you. I see you. Yeah, let's come across. Yeah. See me, yo. Yeah, squiggly. Thanks.
You got my shoe or stuff like that.
Nah, don't worry, we got you. You know?
All right.
What's your name?
What?
What's your name?
Kirsten.
Kirsten. Make yourself at home. You know, back in the day, there wasn't any excavator system. How do you think this was done? You know what I'm saying? All right. When they book there? Because yesterday, cause I just changed the tour name to say kick it with Marle. The name change was just like yesterday. So if they book it from ahead of time, if they book it long time from the private tour, you're gonna update and say the tour with Marle, but that's supposed to be like a new tour. Okay, no, well you see the private tour, they really supposed to get anybody supposed to be, but update the tour yesterday to say kick it with Marle. You check? So we could do the tour, we could tell them we could do it later and we could do it tomorrow if they pass, if that's cool. But just explain to them and tell them Marle would love to do the tour. The name change was updated. You could just tell them when they booked it, it would have said just private tour. There was no inclusion of Marle. But because we updated it now yesterday, because updated yesterday, that's why it's saying that. But when they booked originally, it would have said we could give them the tour tomorrow. Just let them know. Tell him Marle himself will do it, come and do it personally. Yeah. Alright, bro. You see that, man? Everybody want a tour with Marle. It's the people them saying we don't want the other guide. If I'm not doing the tour, they don't want it. And that's for me like a little problem, because I ain't got all the time to do all the tours sometimes. Sometimes I want to have, you know, like my guides do, they're just as good. But Marle got a reputation of giving amazing tours. And people read the reviews, and people demanding Marle. And I'm flattered. I'm absolutely flattered. But sometimes I just can't do them all, man. It's all good.
I'll have a Coke if you want.
Coke? What kind of Coke?
Whatever they do.
I don't do Coke. I do Coca-Cola, you know. But we don't got no Coca-Cola. But we could try to see if we get it at the next stop. But you want a thing in the meantime?
Sure.
Get a thing.
You didn't want to be a gynecologist?
Maybe.
You went to school for older ladies?
but still, you see, like I'm gonna be so real. Like growing up, I never had the pressures. People always ask me, "Oh, you're gonna be a doctor like your mom?" That type of stuff. Like I never had those pressures. My mom always told me straight up, like, "Yo, once you're doing something productive and legal, I support you. You know what you're doing, you know." And I think that's one of the key things I gotta be thankful for, because I always been myself. And you know, I see a lot of people out here. It's like everything is just like an image, you know. They want to work in the bank, but the bank don't pay no money. Then what you doing it for? Just an image, you know what I'm saying? So I always kind of got to be myself, and I always been trying to figure out what I want to do, But since I began doing tours, man, this is the sauce right here, you know? Like this, it doesn't get any better than this. How long you think we've been doing the tours? How many years we got this in?
5.
5?
Oh,
3?
4 years.
4 years? Okay. So then?
6 months.
Then?
2.
Well, it's not even 2 years yet.
Really?
April 16th is gonna make it 2 years since we started our first tour. And within that time frame, we became the #1 ranked tour company in St. Kitts, you know. So, you know, it's like I'm living a dream. I gotta look. When I saw the ranking, I went in the mirror. I was like, okay, you know. But that's what's up. But I must say, man, I've been putting a lot of work on it. You know, it just like I liked it, so it never really felt like, ooh, I don't want to do it. But I could remember like when I first started to like, no, man, I started the tours for free. I was doing the tours for free when I started off because I had no reviews, I had nobody, no nothing. And then, you know, like, no, like the work, you know, starting to pay off. So, you know, that's what's up. Pretty good day so far. But, gotta try and get them back after lunch so we could get to do the Dolphin excursion because I already paid for it, you know, so yeah. Here, I got the Latin chicken meal, fresh crispy chicken. You got the rice and peas, you got the fried plantain, you got the veggies. You don't get no better than this. And we dropping the fresh one today, so tonight. So you know, Lifeasmarle. Welcome to Saint Kitts, you know. So we getting more subscribers, you know, before I'm famous, you know. So yeah.
What is your name?
Marle.
Marle, Asia.
Asia
Jasmine.
and Jazz. Where y'all from?
Connecticut.
Connecticut. If you asked me, I would have swore y'all from Tennessee.
Really?
What, because her accent?
Nah, cause y'all the only Tens I see. You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's lyrics. Huh? You ain't got no lyrics like me, man.
I want to say thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. Ooh, thank you. You shouldn't have, you know? Oh, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ooh, my favorite time of day, you know? Change the room here? Yeah. Alright, thank you. Next time, I'm gonna invite y'all so y'all can enjoy the fun, right?
What is your name?
Marle.
Molly?
Marle. Like
Marle.
Marle.
Ah, Molly. Okay, like this. The dolphin is going to arrive to your hands, Molly. Put your hands a little higher. Yes. He's going to come to your hands. Just lay your cheek on his mouth. Perfect, Molly. Very good. Do it slower. Very good. Yes, don't forget to smile. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready, like this. You know what I'm saying? I cut the Dolphin excursion short because they've had a problem with us flying the drone over, which I totally understand because, you know, they got the fear that the dolphin, they may crash and the dolphin eat it, whatever. So I cut the Dolphin excursion short. I told them I didn't want to continue because the whole point of it was to get it for the film. But, you know, the lady was like, I guess she felt bad, so she was like, yo, just send me an email and we could organize for you to come back and get an even better video. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send her an email, and she was really sweet. You know, she told me like, send her an email and I could bring a friend the next time. So I'm gonna have somebody come with me the next time to enjoy it. So that's why it's good to have a good attitude, because like if I threw a fuss and was like, this is what I spent all this money on, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? It would have just been gone, because You can't go against their policies. That's their policy. So she was pretty cool. She would like, you know, just send an email. So when I go home, I'm gonna send an email, see if we could come back, do it again, get an even better video. But in the meantime, what we got is what y'all gonna get. And you know, that's what's up. So we gonna be rolling right now. We gotta do the interview with JJ. And you know, it's been a long day. So let's keep rolling. Considering coming to St. Kitts, thinking whether you should rent a car or use a taxi, I got the perfect solution for you, Cab KN. This is our Uber app here in St. Kitts. You pinpoint your location, where you want to go, send the request out, driver comes, gets you, just like that. Allows you to track your driver so you know exactly where they are. It shows you also how long they're gonna take, you know, complete app. And it also allows you to send parcel as well. So Cab KN, it's really cool, you know, great user face, great functionality, and most important, the cheapest form of transportation on the island. So you need to get Cab KN.
Hi guys, today I'm here with
Marle, you know, Marle from WelcomeToSaintKitts.
and we will be doing an interview on his businesses. So Marle, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and before you started this business?
Well, me, I would describe myself as just like an average Joe, just like everybody else. The only thing I would say that I observe from myself is just like really like just determined and ambitious. Like I always wanted stuff. You know what I mean? You know, everything else, the regular stuff, just like everybody do. I hang out with the bars, the parties, but like when I'm home, make sure I do what I gotta do. You know, coming up. You know, I come up from a good household, a good family. You know, always was taught that education is important. But I always just, you know, look to say, like, hey, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I never really wanted to go in the office or nobody tell me what to do, you know? And that's just basically how, you know, it is.
So what inspired you to start this business and to enter the tourism industry?
Well, my inspiration really came from being broke. You know, like, I done did a lot of different businesses before, and I had one before doing this, which was doing pretty well, and then, you know, it just hit the fan. So then, it's like I got to do something else. But like I said, I done did so many businesses before. It's like the ideas that I had before is just like, I know, okay, like I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, because I done did like, so many stuff before. And you know, I mean, one day I just like tours, because before moving back to St. Kitts, you know, used to spend some time in Florida, and I used to go with this thing called the party bus. It's like a night tour, but it's more like bar hopping. And that was the original idea of what I wanted to do. But then looking at it is like the night tour, how profitable that gonna be opposed to the day tour. So then I was like, I'm gonna do tours. And you know, that was just how it started. It all stemmed from an idea I saw outside the St. Kitts, and then basically just led me to the tour. You know?
Tell us who or what influenced you to becoming an entrepreneur.
Well, to say pinpoint and say, well, hey, I saw this person, you know, being an entrepreneur, and I decided to do it, would be, I really can't pinpoint anybody to say, well, hey, this is where I wanted to be an entrepreneur. But there's a lot of people that I look at that I admire who are entrepreneurs. But I've been doing it before I met them, you know. But there got people out there, you know, to me, there's a lot of entrepreneurs that look good on paper, but when you get on to the nitty gritty, like behind the scenes and the pressure and the weight, that's where you see the real entrepreneurs, you know what I mean? So they have guys like Damien Hobson, Alex Strong, like those the guys that hey watch, you know what I mean? And you watch stuff like before and after. You gotta be able to track progress. You know, a lot of people in business and they ain't progressive. I don't think that's what business is supposed to be like. And my inspiration really just come from within. Like I said, I always wanted to be something, you know, somebody. And you know, ever since I was a kid, I always been on the grind. Like, I can remember like the first time I made some money. I had a cousin, my soul rest in peace, K Woods. She used to work digital, and one time she just gave me like a fake phone, like a dummy. And them times, like way back, like Razor was the in thing, the Razor phone. But the same display phones that she would see in like digital and flow, but this is like way back, primary school. And I went to school with the phone, and everybody was like, yo, wait, they wanted it. Like, I would pull it out in the supermarket, like adults would watch me like, you had a Razor? You know, it was just like, and because of that, like every lunchtime, I used to go down to digital and I always ask her for phones. And then one day, she finally gave me like a box, and she was like, don't come back, you know? And then I would just sell them phones, like, $5 for a phone. You want a Razor? Well, the Razor cost 10. You know what I mean? So I've been doing it a long time. Like ever since I was a kid, I always had the hustle, you know?
What motivated you to take a leap and start your business, and how did you prepare for it?
Well, the motivation, like I said, really came from being broke. You know what I mean? Like, one of the biggest misconceptions that I think a lot of people have is they watch me and they will say, oh, well, he have it made. You know what I mean? But really, if you know me, you know I work for everything I have. It's like, I don't, it's not like mommy and daddy money, I don't see mommy and daddy money, you know? Well, a lot of people may think like that's the case. Everything I have, you see me with, you know? I'm going for it. So, you know, like I said, I had a business before and everything was going good. Everything was going good, and then poof, rock bottom again. I see some money before, and after that, you know, like, you know, when you're on top, you just feel like you're on top, and then you just hit rock bottom again. Is that you just don't know where to start from. And you know, it just busting my brain. The business that I had before, try it again, it fail again. It's just like, it ain't gonna work again. You gotta come with something else. And you know, you're just hungry for it. I started off these tours free, you know, free, because I ain't had nobody to start with. So, you know, one time I found these two girls that were coming to St. Kitts, and hit them up. I was like, hey, I'd offer you a free tour if you allow me to get content so I could start to showcase, you know, and show the tour. And, you know, at first they were like, sure, hey, whatever. But then afterwards, like 2-3 days before they actually arrived, the girl was like, I don't think we're gonna come again, you know, whatever. And I was so disappointed because it's like, this was like my entry, my start. And then, like, I called her, I was like, please, like, you know, whatever. I called her, you know, and she answered the phone and she was like, my dad works in the CIA and that type of stuff. Because she ain't never met me before, but she just, you know, that you come into a foreign country, you ain't know the person, you know, I guess she just being a bit precautious, you know. So, long story came, you know, she came, she did the tour, and then she was like, it's the best tour ever. And then after that, that was just the start. I started posting those pictures from the tour, the videos, and then people started like, hey, I want to take the tour with you, Till eventually I got enough reviews where I felt comfortable to charge. And then after that, you know, the reviews go up, charge a little more, you know? So you gotta really put in the work before you actually get it. Like right now, it look like, you know, I'm doing good, but what you're seeing right now is work from 2 years ago. You know, it's like it just happening now, you know? So, yeah.
So tell us, how did you come up with your business idea and what problem it aims to solve?
Well, business idea, like I said, like I stay in my mind, you know what I mean? Like, you see me out, when it just look like, you know, it might look like just odd. Sometimes you see me out, like, you just odd, but like a lot of times just observing, just looking around surroundings. So like I stay in my mind, like any little thing that come to my mind, it's like I might jot it down, and like I might just, so like the ideas always come. It's just that you gotta kind of pick which ones, you know, worth the time. I came up with the idea because I just know, like, you know, tourism is the main industry here in St. Kitts. And I had nothing really, any other idea, because like I said, I done did everything else. And, you know, one of the main reasons about it is, like, the problem that it aims to solve is just, like, I want to give people the true experience of St. Kitts. You know, a lot of people come here and, you know, I don't want to bash anybody, but I see it for myself. A lot of people, they just, you know, it's just a hustle, you know what I mean? It's just a hustle. And they ain't really enjoy doing it, just, you know, to get the money. But I love doing this. So to me, I could do this every day. And I want to be able to, you know, really showcase the island and give people a true experience of St. Kitts, you know, and want to come back. So that's the whole motive behind it, you know. It's not necessarily for the earnings, because once you do good and you go to the end of your best, you're gonna make money. You know, people like Sunshine's Beach by Nevis, like those are the people that I kind of look at when it comes to like entrepreneurship as well. Because look at Sunshine today, he's like world renowned, but Sunshine ain't just become world renowned. You gotta stand your grind. You gotta know it's gonna come, and you gotta be able to vision it. If you can't see it from the start, it don't even make sense like you attempt it, because you got to have clear objective before you do anything. If you can't see it, you're gonna just be doing it without any guidance. And you need direction in business. You know, that's where mentors come in, and you know, advisors and that type of stuff. So you need direction, especially if you can't see it for yourself. So I'm smart in these interviews by you.
What was the biggest challenges you faced when starting your business, and how did you overcome them?
Biggest challenges, just everyday challenges, honestly. You know, it's like everyday challenges. The biggest challenges sometimes is the people who want to see you fail. You know, they wait to do anything to kind of like, you know, see you fail. But you as an entrepreneur have to know, like, these people, they're miserable. And if they could have improved their lifestyles or what they do, they would have done it. And that's the reason why they want to see you fail, because what? They admire you. It's really admiration, but it come off in envy because they realize that they can't do it, or they don't have the drive or the willpower to do it. And a lot of these people, it's not necessarily even like the younger folks. These people older than you, These people who waste their whole lives, stuck in the same position, and it's just like they see somebody younger than them coming up, and it's just like they try and pull like stuff to hinder you from achieving your goal. But how you overcome that is you gotta be confident in yourself. You gotta know, well, boy, this is what I do. This is in me. This ain't on me. You check? So that's the mindset I always have, because I've been going through problems for a long time, and sometimes when I just feel like my back against the wall, I always overcome them. And when my back against the wall, that's when I get like best results. It's like it forced me to think. So, it's like you're going this one way all the time, and the road look like it's a straight road. You think everything is smooth, and then boom, roadblock. You gotta find ways to get around it. You gotta be more creative. You gotta use your brain. And that's how I really kind of solve my problems. But problems come every day. Problems come when you don't expect them. There's problems that you just can't even solve sometimes. You just gotta just keep rolling, So.
What does a typical day look like for you as an entrepreneur?
Well, typical day. But looking back, like before to now, it's like the more you progress as an entrepreneur, your day is gonna change. It's like when I first started out, I would do everything myself, But like now I have like a lot of people that help me operate the business. So before, when I used to have to go and contact all of these passengers and give them meeting instructions, like I have people who do that stuff for me. So it take a lot of strain off for me where I could focus on growing the business more. So typical day in my life as an entrepreneur, I wake up, get the job done. That's the main thing, just getting the job done.
So what skills or tactics do you think is necessary to run a successful business?
Well, I would say that you gotta believe in yourself. That's the first thing. If you're going in business to go in business, okay, well, the purpose of going into business is to make money. And if you're going in business and ain't making no money, it ain't making no sense. Check? No, you gotta believe in yourself. This is not like a gimmick. A lot of people, after COVID, I saw every time you got somebody Facebook, CEO of this company, CEO, everybody's a CEO. But how much CEO money you making? You dig? And I think like a lot of people sometimes they have ideas, but they don't want to go all in on the ideas. You got to be able to invest in yourself. You got to be able to believe in yourself. You got to be able to say, well, hey, I going to do this, I sacrificing this, and this is what I expect to go take. So that's the first thing. You got to be able to, you got to have confidence in your ability to do the business. If you can't cook, don't go sell no food. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't confident, you don't start it. That's the first thing. Now, the tactics, business is a lot of strategy. And in school, I did business in school, And I did business because business was just the easy subject for me. It wasn't because it was just, it was just easy for me. Like the science and the chemistry and them kind of stuff is just like, that wasn't me. So I always just had a natural thing for business. But the biggest thing in business that I would say is experience. Like lessons. Like when you lose, it's all about the attitude you have. Because believe me when I tell you, I lose. I lose a lot. Like sometimes you have this vision that, hey, this is a hit. And I take up all my money and trade in it. Poof, lose all my money. You know what I mean? Do that there one time. Do that there a couple times. So it's like eventually you're gonna learn, and in business it's gonna force you to learn. And you just gotta keep trying And the more you try, the more you learn, the better you get. And that's just the formula to it. You can't be scared, you can't be afraid to try, you can't be afraid to invest. Because if you don't spend, you don't invest, you never see what you're looking for. If you got $1 million here and you're working on a project and you decide you're just putting 10,000, project gonna be lily, it's jokey, you know? You know, you say by this year could reap this year potentially, let me put the $1 million in it, could make back 10. But you gotta be able to see it, you know?
How do you handle the competition that you have in your industry?
Well, to be honest, I don't want to sound like cocky or nothing, but I don't see nobody as competition. You check? I just focus what I gotta deal with, because I always got stuff to deal with. So if I study in you and I know I got this to deal with, I can't really put my focus on what I gotta deal with. So I don't really watch what nobody dealing with, you know? I just kind of focus on what I gotta deal with, and that's how I progress. Because in the end of the day, it's all about progressing. And that's all I do. And you know, I would say more so people see me as the competition. Because remember, I just come in the game and, you know, everybody doesn't start to say, "Bye, Marle is the man." But that's just because I don't really study nobody, you know. A lot of them don't need, they got the little union them and stuff where it's like, you know, they want to team up against you and they want, you know, try and crash your thing. But what a lot of people don't know is what for you is for you, you know. And that's just how life goes, especially in the tour industry. You know, a lot of people might feel like, hey, oh, they ain't booking with him, may want to book with him. But that mean they're going to book with you. It's a reason why they came to book with me. You know, it's the reviews they read, is, you know, they see the personality, they see how, you know, it's just the vibe. And that's what people really spend the money on when it comes to tourism, is just the experience. It's not about the tour. You know, the tour is only as good as its guide. And that's the biggest misconception when it comes to tours. Everybody could do a tour. If you know, anybody could drive from St. and give a tour. But it's just how you sell the experience to the customer, you know. So I don't really watch competition. I just watch what on my plate and what I have to deal with. And like I said, I always got things to deal with. So
Can you share a moment when your business faced a significant setback or challenge, and how did you navigate it?
like I said, you know, a lot of challenges always come. But one key challenge that I remember and just give me a lot more drive is, I remember the first of the year, or the cruise season this year, we had 6 ships in, it was max capacity. And I had multiple tours going on. And there was this one guy, like I said, you know, at the cruise port, there's a lot of people who just envy to see you doing good, especially when you're just coming in the game. And, you know, they're going, you know, try and set the money to target you. And, you know, this one guy was like, hey, despite me having, you know, registered driver, tour company doing the bus, this one guy just keep on harassing me. And, you know, like I know, because he told me he been working there for 25 years. But I don't like to get on anybody. But I cannot see myself in one spot for 25 years. Nobody gave me no money for 25 years. In 25 years, that's the difference between an entrepreneur and a worker. And a lot of people don't like to see a boss, especially when you're young. And it's just like envy, is just because like, hey, you got something that I don't have. And you know, like I said before, those are the people who want to see you fail. And you just can't get to you. So with that being said, you know, I remember they did everything in their power for me not to be able to conduct the tour. I had to refund everybody. You know, almost like 30 packs. I swear not even lying. That day cost me maybe like, profit wise, maybe like anywhere between $8,000 to $10,000. And you know, like I said, if it was like money driven, it would like I'd have spaz, you know, would really like be all mad and stuff. But you know, a lot of people could see stuff. And you know, my biggest fear was one of those customers who, you know, didn't get to take the tour. They go and write a bad review and they go and say something. But you know, God is the greatest. The people were understanding, they noticed that, hey, this guy want to do this tour, but these people doing everything to prevent him from doing this tour. And not one person with anything bad, you know. So, you know, when enough times you just gotta go with the flow. When things out of your control, you just go with the flow, you know. And I do believe in, like, you know, a higher power. And stuff like those show me that, hey, no matter how people try and fight you, higher power gonna protect you. You check? There's nothing that them there could do that could stop you, because you're walking in God's plan. This is what God gave you to do. You're doing this with purpose. So that was the one thing that I could remember, that, hey, they really go their way to, you know. And it's just not even that. You got people who, you know, calling businesses and telling businesses don't do business with them. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with you. You check?
That's true.
That ain't got nothing to do with you. Me and these people making money together, but you just so envious that you have to do the same thing every day and you can't progress in life. That you see somebody else younger than you progressing and they bother you. And that is why you will never achieve. Because misery like company and God don't like ugly, you know.
Sure.
If you got a dirty heart, you're gonna live a dirty life, you know. And that is why you see a lot of people can't progress. You know, they ain't got no good intentions. You know, you could fake it on the outside, you can't fake it on the inside. Well, the navigation, you know, like I said, stay in my mind. And I always gonna find a way, you know, I always gonna find a way. And they play the game clean, they play the game where the game's supposed to be played. And that is where I just be so confident in always gonna overcome it. It might not happen at the time, but you're always gonna overcome it. You know, a lot of times you just gotta just fall back and just observe. You know, you make a wild move, you know, like as soon as a challenge comes, oh, we'll do this. Nah, you gotta fall back and find a solution first before you actually say, well, this is what I'm gonna do. Because when you do stuff a lot of times, you can undo it, you know. So, especially in business, you know, you make a wrong mistake, it could be detrimental to your business. So when it comes to business, you gotta be really tactful, you gotta be mindful, and you have to be, like, you know, observant. So I just kind of, you know, maneuver through these obstacles when they come.
What's one mistake that you made as an entrepreneur, and what did you learn from it?
Well, make mistakes every day, all the time. Mistakes is actually what make you, you know, like those are the lessons. And I feel like adversity is the greatest teacher in life. Whenever you lose, that's when you learn. It's all about your mindset, you know. Now, one key thing I could tell you about business, I always see it going up, but until you experience it yourself, you really never know the full scope. But you don't mix friendship and business. I think that would be the biggest thing I did when it came to biggest mistake I made, you know. And you always gotta let them know who the boss is, you know. It's like not because man you're cool, yeah, I is the boss. You're gonna know I is the boss, you check? And if you ain't like it, well, kick rocks, you know. So I would say that's, you know, the biggest mistake. And the next thing is, when you're the boss, a lot of us, we get so comfortable when things go smooth, and it's like, oh, he's the boss. And you got people doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then because they're doing what you're supposed to be doing, they think they're the boss. But that's the mistake that you gave. You gave them the power, you gave them access to this, you gave them this, you gave them this. And you know, a team is essential because you're only as good as your team. But you always have to establish dominance, leadership, you know. And you don't have to do it through fear, intimidation. You could do it through stuff like incentives, you know, generosity, like those stuff. But you never, ever step away from being the boss. The minute you do that, you know, people come in for your position, you know. So you always just gotta always let them know who the boss, you know. Yeah.
So how has your business grown and elevated since you first started? I say one.
I just laugh because poof, you know what I'm saying? Business grew rapidly, but it's constant work. Expect it to grow, but like to the magnitude, that may be the surprise, you know. But business has grown tremendously and it's continuously growing, and I'm keep on looking for ways to expand it, you know. I don't want to just settle and get comfortable. I want to have something for generations, you know what I mean? I want when, you know, my grandkids go to school, the classmates, them tell them, "Boy, you're so lucky, you know who your grandfather be?" You know, like them kind of stuff. As I want to really just be the one for my family to do it, you know? Yeah, real stuff. Yeah.
So what is the most rewarding aspect of being an entrepreneur?
The freedom. Freedom that comes with it. I mean, you know, it's a lot of work that you have to do, but you have to be able to see it. You have to be able to have systems in place where, you know, you can make time for yourself. You know, you're going to work a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5, absolutely nothing wrong with a 9 to 5, because there are people who work for me who work 9 to 5s, you know. But in business, especially as an entrepreneur, like a leader, as a boss, you should want to see the people who work for you strive as well, you know. So it's like, by you doing this for me a good way, I will reward you. Let me see where I could help you do this. What you really want to do, because what? You know, the tools thing simple. Anybody could really do it. But this is what you really want to do, you know? So one of the most rewarding things is the freedom and the ability to help others around you, you know? The ability to give, you know, your friends jobs, your community villagers jobs, you know? Going to the restaurant and babes, what you want to eat, you know? Them stuff there, you know? You get your buy your clothes, you get fresh, you know? Not having to, you know, take programs and, hey, we do this and do this and do this. You know, you're the one calling the shots. But a lot of responsibility comes with it, because when things do go wrong, you're the one that's going to get the blame. So, it's like I said, it can't be on you, you gotta be in you. You gotta understand that, hey, things have to go right. Things have to go right, and if things don't go right, this is what might happen, and this is what you're gonna have to face with. But when things go right, it's very, very, very rewarding, you know, so.
So Marle, what advice would you give to someone who is willing to start their own business?
Give it a try, you know. You gotta try, like I told you, I don't try everything, you know. And learning is the biggest, that's the best from experience, right, learning. You know, okay, well this don't do this or this don't work. Because I could tell you, like, right now, you look like Marle got the formula. But this is a lot of experience, it's a lot of lessons from this business and doing this before and doing this before. It's just like a lot more wisdom when you put it together. It just make everything easier. It's like, not to do this now, or don't say this, or don't do this. And you just have to try. So that's the number one thing. You just gotta try. And the next thing is, you gotta believe in yourself. And you have to make sacrifices. The sacrifices don't just be financially. The sacrifices be like mentally sometimes. It's like you just gotta distance yourself from some people to get your mind right. You just gotta make that time for yourself by any means necessary, even if some people might take offense to it. It's like if I gotta cut you off, you ain't doing me nothing wrong, but I just can't talk to you because I got a lot on my mind and you're not helping me, you're distracting me. And might come off rude, but that's the sacrifice you gotta make. You just get A+ on this, and it's just because Marle,
So tell me, what do you see the future as your business?
I see to leave something here that's gonna be around for generations, I just don't wanna be a tour guide. I don't wanna limit myself to being just a tour guide. If I see opportunity, I'm going at it. So if there's another avenue, another lane that I could invest in and expand into, and it's feasible or profitable, I look to invest into it. So I just looking to do as much as I can in this lifetime. It's like a lot of us, we live and we die and we don't be remembered. And a lot of us, we live, we die, and we remember it forever. Because of the stuff that you do and the stuff that I was able to accomplish. And I just think that's what life is about. Being able to leave a legacy. And different ways about going to do it. I want to do it through business, I want to do it through, philanthropy, helping people and stuff like that. So that's what I want to do long term when you come into the business. I want to have something where it brings wealth, not just riches. I want to be wealthy at the end of the day, but I want to be wealthy from being productive and doing something that is, that has longevity, So that's just it.
So I know that you are a multi-business person, but you talk about the tour only. What other business that you have that you would like to share?
Well, I also have a graphic design company, but that's basically like secondary. Put my focus on WelcomeToSaintKitts, The graphic design business, it is, see you making the hands bite me. Well, the graphic design business, I used to do a lot better with it, but I know the reason why I kind of fall back from it. Again, you always have to look at the factors. With graphic designing, especially in St. Kitts, you really don't earn money for customization. Like, I've been to other places and you customize something, you paying for it. Not here in St. Kitts. Somebody go for a t-shirt to print something on a t-shirt, they ain't come with a design, I want this, it's like $65, It's like, you don't even, it's not even like really worth it. So it's only select jobs I really look to do when it comes to the graphic design. So that's why I don't really focus on it as much as I used to before. Because, the market here in St. Kitts is not really as profitable as you may think, A lot of the stuff here, especially when you look at a lot of the other factors, you gotta import your materials, the taxes, our main tax here is importation duty. So everything that we buy, we get taxed on it. And then if you can, factor the taxes into your price, your markup, and the customer not willing to pay for it, you're gonna be in a deficit, you know. So it's not gonna work out. So that's really why I only do select jobs when it comes to the graphic design stuff. But that's the only other thing that I really do apart from tours.
So how do individuals go about booking your tours, and what's the payment plan on doing the tour?
Well, people go about booking my tour. Well, a lot of it is just word of mouth, you know. A lot of people go and they say, man, he's amazing, you know. So people hear that and people always hit me up. They be like, yo, I want to take a tour with you. I heard good things about you. So reputation, that's a big part of business as well, you know. Reputation is everything, you know. You get a bad reputation, this attached to you, nobody want to book with you. So, you know, people may say things, people may say this, but people have to really be able to have their own perception about you. And that is how, you know, it really goes at the end of the day. The payment plan, well, you know, I have multiple tours. So, you know, it's different prices. There's prices for kids, there's prices for adults, there's special options, etc. But me, you know, like I said, there's a lot of times where people hit me up, they want to do a tour, and they might be like, oh, we got 4 people, we got 8 people. I just give them a percentage off because it's like, it's for y'all, you know, and I just want y'all to come on tour with us. So the prices, they fluctuate, you know, they fluctuate depending on what we doing. So that's really what it's like.
How many tours do you do a day? And how many passengers do you take on?
Daily, honestly, on average, I say 1 hike, 1 island tour. So 1 tour there for each tour of the 2 primary tours, you know. At the end of the day, I keep telling, it's all about quality, it's not about quantity. A lot of people, you know, they want to do 4 or 5 trips a day. It's like, you know, but doing that, you take away from the experience. People feel rushed. And when people feel rushed, they're not going to want to support you, or they're not going to want to encourage people to book with you. So when you produce quality, you could charge the price where you're going to subsidize for you only being able to do 1 or 2 tours a day. So that's how I really look at it. And maximum amount of people, well, for the volcano one time I had like 43 persons on 1 hike, and then for the island tour, my max maybe like 44, you know. But I could do a lot better if, you know, I had if I, you know, could go down and hold up a sign and attract more people to come with me. You know, I gotta get my bookings prior from the people actually arriving here. So, you know, if I could go down and fish and try and get people, like, I'm pretty sure I could get a lot more passengers. But currently, like, my situation, that's the max capacity I've ever accommodated for, you know.
So Marle, tell me, how did you separated yourself from the other tour guides that makes you very different?
Well, I don't separate myself, I just be myself, you know. I go through a lot of my reviews every time I do tours, and one keyword that stood out is a lot of people always say he's personable. And I go through all the reviews, they say personable, he's so personable, he's so personable. And I never really heard that growing up in my life before I actually began doing tours. So me seeing that word so much, you know, when I look it up, and what the word said is meant to mean is likable, you know. Basically, you know, you get along well with people, people like you, you know, people just like you, you're likable. And, you know, people always tell me, you got a lot of charm, charming. So I guess those are some of the things that characteristics that I have as a person that kind of help me to be able to strive in this industry. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, a tour is only as good as its guide, You gotta be liked. Nobody's gonna want to rate you a good review if they don't like you. Nobody's gonna want to tip you if they don't like you. So being likable is one of the biggest things that helped me to strive in this industry, And you just gotta be yourself, You don't try and be anybody else. You just be you. People like authentic. People see you, they say, this is who you be. This is you. But when people see you trying too hard, people pick up on that. They trying too hard. You just train too hard. You just ain't natural. And people pick up on that stuff. People pick up on energy. It's the same way like you see somebody and they train too hard, you first thing you gonna tell them say you train too hard, So you just gotta be yourself,
You could be boasting and them
Yeah.
stuff. So Marle, is there anything else you would like to say while we wrap up this interview?
Well, I like to tell like youths them, anybody coming up. Because a lot of people, a lot of the kids, people who I don't even know and expect, ever since I started doing these tours, a lot of people tell me the inspiration to me, motivation, and keep it up. And it's just some of the people you just don't expect, And to me, I always just look at myself as me. Like, ain't nothing special. Like, what I do is remarkable, But I always just see myself as Marle. You go out, it's Marle. And I don't see myself as like, oh, I'm more than you, I got this, so I do this. It's just like, that just ain't me. And I would like to tell the youths them like, just grind, just work. Anything you want, you gotta work for it. Anything come fast, go fast. You check? You want stuff with longevity. Coming up where I come from, I grew up in the hood, you check? And I come from a good family, but I grew up in the hood. So, my family, them never tell me nothing wrong to say like, hey, you go to school and you got friends who parents would tell them like, anybody hit you, hit them back. My family tell me anybody hit you, make a complaint. But just how I grew up in the area, you ain't gonna tell me hit them back, I hit you back. But the older you get, the wiser you get, by that ain't it. You check? That ain't it. And the rewards that I see from doing this, something legitimate and productive, is much more rewarding than anything bad I could imagine doing. You check? And you just gotta stand the right track, You just gotta stand the right track. I know a lot of people from the street had life going their way, and one mistake and it's just like everything just changed. Check? And a lot of times you make mistakes and you can't come back from them. Luckily, like a lot of us, we make mistakes and we learn from them and it ain't cost us too much. But you always gotta be mindful in your decision making, especially as an entrepreneur, because one little mistake can cost you everything. So just keep on your head and just try and achieve and be the best you could be. Don't study nobody, just know that this is what you want to do and this is what you're going to do. Who ain't like it, ain't like it. So just try to be productive, Yeah.
Any shout outs before we end?
Yeah, shout out, shout out my grandfather in heaven, man, Yeah, shout out my grandfather, man. Grandfather was biggest influence in my life, And my father was a real good man. My father spent a lot of time with me, work on me a lot. You know, and coming up as a kid, people ask 2 questions they could remember coming up. People always ask me, Marle, you behaving? Marle, you keeping out of trouble? And I really wasn't no troublemaker, but them is the questions people always ask me, check. And now, everybody always tell me, but I'm so proud of you. Keep it up. And that day is the best feeling, especially when you know by people always ask if you're behaving, you know, keeping out of trouble. And I just wish, like, you know, sometimes I just wish my grandfather could have said, "Boy, this is what grandson doing." Check. Grandfather invested a lot into me. And I like to shout out my grandpa in heaven, man. You know what I mean? And, you know, shout out my team. Shout out them guys that help us get the job done, you know? Yeah, Sanjay, big up yourself. Dan J, Bleak Mode. You know what I mean? Ash B. Yeah, big up everybody that come together to make this thing happen. And last but not least, you know, we gotta give God the most thanks, cause, you know, I just feel like God always with me. Anything I go through, I just feel like God always with me. You check? And you just gotta have a better attitude towards life. And with that being said, that's about it, you know. If you want to keep up some more with me, you can follow my YouTube channel, Welcome to Saint Kitts, at Lifeasmarle. And you could also follow me on IG at Lifeasmarle.
Don't follow
You
Marle
know?
on his Instagram, just
You know?
on YouTube.
But that's what's up. So that's about it, you know. It was my pleasure, you know. My pleasure being here. And the only reason I came because when she asked me, the first thing she sent me on the paper that she had, it was like, select an entrepreneur that you admire. It was highlighted, so I was like, oh, you admire me? I'm gonna come out and do it, you know? But, you know, it was a cool day. And I hope you get an A+ on your project, you know? Teacher, you see it? Give her an A+, you know? Yeah. All right. You win the biggest project, you win that day, you know? And they're going to say, but man, he's so smart and wise. Oh, yeah. Alright guys, so it's been a long day. One of my longest days in a while. But it was a really productive day. So right now we're gonna wrap it up. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. So see y'all again for another episode of Welcome to Saint Kitts. Yeah. It is. Shall I give you a trick? Come again, one more. Woo! Another touch. Boy!